Hi, everyone. So, if you saw yesterday's post regarding my email to the Board of Education and the Superintendent's Cabinet, you'll know that this year my goal is to make a more concerted effort to be proactive about keeping our community updated with regard to our restoration project. As you might know, first started fundraising for the planetarium in 2019. And of course, in less than a year, we were all under quarantine. And as I stated in that message, it just didn't feel right to ask for more donations when so many families and schools had enough on their plates at the time. However, now we're in 2023, and this year is special in particular because 2023 is the 60th anniversary of when the Robert H. Johnson Planetarium first opened its doors. And I don't know about you, but I couldn't think of a better time to begin the building's reconstruction. So, for my first update of the year, I decided to begin with a long overdue topic regarding how donations have been used thus far. It's extremely important to me that we have full transparency about how your dollars are being spent, which is something that I have to admit I have not been best about maintaining. And for that, I do apologize. Many of you already likely know about the, how should we say, big ticket items that are going to be necessary to restore the planetarium, the roof, HVAC system. We're going to need to take a look at the electricity. Since the building was put up in the 60s, it's very possible that there may or may not be lead paint and asbestos in buildings. We need to make sure we check that. New projector system, new speakers, all of the technical stuff. All of those things are going to require much higher donations from larger organizations than I would expect from any individual person. I would never ask that from just the general public, which is why we've set up our nonprofit to apply for grants, and of course why I've begun reaching out again to district officials who, as I'll get into in a little bit, have all seemed eager now that many of them have been replaced since 2019. But we'll get into that in a little bit. Uh, so, regarding donations that have already been received, most of which came in during 2019, uh, they were allocated towards the following: online marketing through Facebook and social media to basically raise awareness and get the word out about the building being closed in the first place, and that there's a group out there looking to reopen it. Uh, One of the most shocking things that I've learned throughout the process throughout the years is that many people don't even realize that the building was closed in the first place. That even included the current president of the Board of Education, who just responded to my email yesterday, uh, telling me about how her husband had asked her last year about what the district was doing about the planetarium, and she didn't even know what he was talking about because they didn't even know it was closed. The Board of Education's president wasn't even aware of this. And that's a common theme that I've noticed. Most people don't even realize that the building's shut down and full of cobwebs at this point. And so big part of the initial funding has been allocated just for getting the word out. And that includes not just online presence, but uh, cards, posters, and various other uh, hard copy type uh, marketing tools that we've invested in to share with the public when we do outreach projects, when we do eventually visiting schools and classrooms, just to share what the planetarium can do for our community, regardless of what type of class uh, they plan on teaching, because we can do much more than just astronomy in a planetarium now. Uh, all of your donations have also helped us to fund our website, which was actually developed and built by a classmate of mine from Lakewood High School, another IB graduate, which we are very grateful for. Another thing that is on my to-do list to update. Uh, some funds, very few, like less than um, right, $100 used for some minor compensation, like gas for members of my committee, because they go out of their way to drive to meetings and outreach events outside of their current full-time work schedules. And so I want to make sure that they aren't too heavily burdened by their volunteer work. And that's thanks to you. Uh, One other big expense also comes in the form of your warrants. As many of you know, if you donate at least $20, I made a promise to give you a free copy of my book, which I will continue to uphold even if you haven't messaged me yet. There will be a book for you, free of charge, signed by me. And part of that, obviously, is to incentivize donations. But another aspect of that is, of course, to print off a book and to ship it to someone usually costs anywhere between $14 and $16. And so that's why I had to put a cap on for a minimum of $20 donation to um, qualify for that, just so that way it's not just a total sunk cost. However, don't be dismayed because the primary benefit to those donations isn't necessarily financial. Um, because for every person who's donated, your name acts as in a sense, a petition on the GoFundMe page as well, where we can see people's actual uh, testimonies of their fond memories of the building, as well as an actual name attached to that testimony, where we can just pull up a list and see all the people who support getting this building reopened within our community, and even outside the community as well. People who went to school in Jeffco and moved somewhere to Timbuktu, and that's powerful in and of itself. Even donating just $1 could potentially lead to another 100 plus people becoming aware of the facility and our efforts to restore it. So don't underestimate the power of your donations in the slightest. We are extremely grateful for them. Every single person, whether it's verbal support, financial support, or just um, checking up and asking, like, well, what's the deal? What's going on? And just asking for more information. So that's been the overall use of our funds so far. And I'll continue to be updating all of you with any new events and things that we have posted. Look on our website for more information on those, as well as our social media at RHJ Planetarium. And we'll probably be looking to also visit some local schools, as I mentioned earlier. So if you know anyone in your local schools, whether it's elementary, middle, high school, or even a college campus, that might be interested in meeting with us or hearing from us uh, to see how they can use the planetarium potentially for their class to help enrich their education and their students' um, incentive to learn, then feel free to reach out and drop us a message. Uh, and just to cap off, I know it's been a little bit of time, but rest assured that I have not forgotten about this project. The planetarium has literally been, for the last 4 years, my wallpaper on my phone. I think about this building every single day. I made a promise that I would get it reopened, and I intend to keep that promise. So thank you all so much for your support and your ongoing um, appreciation for this building and for the community that it helps inspire. Look forward to more updates in the future, and we will see you then. Don't forget to keep looking up.